listeners are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. 504-341-8255, the New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe LaPinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hey, good evening, good evening. This is the New Orleans Talk Network. The show's name is You and Your Credit, and I'm your host, Remus Bowman. For the last 5 years, I've been hosting this show, and actually, today is our 5th anniversary. So I've decided to script a few things, and one of the things that I decided to script was, if only I knew then what I know now. If only I knew then what I know now. You know, the thing is as someone who works in the credit industry or gives advice on credit, or that's in the automobile industry or any other form of retail, it's a learning process. Everything is a learning process. You know, it's very confusing because I come in contact with a lot of people who said that they know things that they're pretty much winging it. You know, it's, if only you could do this. Nah. Hey, stop winging it, man. You don't know. Did you read? Have you read a book? Have you watched any other professionals involved in the credit industry to learn what their theories are, what works, what doesn't work? A good friend of mine, George, he told me, he said, Remus, never try to reinvent the wheel, because other people have come before you and they've developed successful theories on what works and what doesn't work. So you don't have to do it the hard way. Doing it the hard way means everything is a trial and error. Why not do the investigation of what works for others and then, incorporate that information into what it is that you're doing? And it makes a lot of sense. So, what I've decided to do is I co-branded myself with a few other companies that are very successful. One of those companies is a company called My Free Credit Score Now. And oftentimes you'll hear me speak of this company because it's a great product. And the reason why we're talking about it today is because I want to give you a full explanation of how this program actually works. You know, what is the reason why I'm making a suggestion to you or anyone else that you should try this product? You know, sometimes we make decisions and we give people information that's pretty much untested, untried, kind of winging it a little bit. I was on the phone the other day with, I called a credit repair company in town. And I wanted to get some information and about them. And I could tell in my conversation with the person that they really had absolutely no idea what they were talking about. And I thought to myself, wow. I certainly hope I don't come off like that when people see or talk to me, because I have been doing this for a long period of time, and I've got the battle scars to prove it. I've also got a number of successful stories that people who have done business with me, and a lot of references, because we've been around a long time. We've got people that have been very successful who learned a lot of information and applied that information, and now they're buying homes and doing all types of great stuff. Just being able to buy a car is a great opportunity for most people. And in New Orleans right now, we're about to go into summer. We're actually there. And, so there's a few things that we should be considering. Number one, it's hurricane season in New Orleans. So when it's hurricane season, that means on your mark, get ready, set, let's get ready to go. Let's get ready. You don't know what's going to be happening. If a major situation develops in the Gulf, we've got to get the heck out of here. Louisiana or New Orleans itself is below sea level, so I caution people who don't prepare themselves, because the first time back in 2005 when Katrina happened, a lot of the things that we were able to count on as a result of that situation are probably not going to be there anymore. There's probably not going to be a situation where FEMA is going to be uh, sending people checks and paying for housing and the whole nine yards, uh, primarily because the current president and current administration have not proven themselves to be a situation that could be trusted with our well-being. Have had a emergency happen, and I will say that there's been a number of emergencies throughout the United States over the last few years, the last couple of years especially. The thing in Puerto Rico and Texas. I mean, it's all over the place. It seems like there's always a situation where there's a lot of flooding. So the name of the show is "If Only I Knew Then What I Know Now." So think about it. If you have an emergency, would you be happy that you prepared yourself today? So today is the first day of the rest of your life. So are you in a position right now to be able to handle a situation if something that God forbid happened in the city of New Orleans or in the New Orleans area where we were in a catastrophic situation? How would you be able to handle it? Um, Over the last few months, I've frequently spoken about, uh, some of the challenges of the credit situation throughout the United States, where because of all the high interest rates and because it's a soft market right now that's being stimulated by the administration, in order to keep an appearance that the economy is doing well. Well, the at the end of the day, the responsibility for making those high interest payments are on you. Sometimes we have a tendency to think that uh, a banker or banks or our friends or the credit bureaus here to help us in some kind of way. They're really not. They're in business to make money. And the sooner we realize that, the better off we'll be. Uh, the point is that we must realize that now is the time to prepare ourselves for what's inevitable in the future. At sooner or later, at some point, it's going to happen again, where a major catastrophe is going to happen. But what have you done to prepare yourself for that situation? And it's just about time for our first break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about remedies and how you can put yourself in a situation where you won't be, where you start preparing yourself. One of the things that most of us don't really realize is that as soon as you are in this type of situation, and let's say you have to get an apartment in another state, they're still going to want to run your credit, whether you in the middle of Katrina or not. You have to still go through the same verifications that you had to go through had you been in a normal situation. So what do you do to prepare yourself in the event that a catastrophic event occurs in your area where you live? And we're going to give you some remedies, and it's going to be coming up in just a moment. What I would like to suggest that you do is, if you can, go to youandyourcredit.us or youandyourcredit.com or youandyourcredit.net, which is our website. And as soon as you open the website, you'll see a large red target, and it says free credit scores now. Free credit scores now. Now there it is right there. When you see that, I need you to press that button, and we're gonna go over this product with you as soon as we come back from our first break. Free credit scores now. Get your computer, lock in, open it up. We're going to talk about this product and why you should take advantage of the opportunity to improve your credit scores while you have time. There's nothing brewing in the Gulf today that we need to be concerned with, but you never know what's going to be in there tomorrow. You and your credit on the New Orleans Talk Network. We will be right back. Hi, I'm Remus Bowman. I'd like to invite you to join me every Monday at 12 o'clock. We're going to provide information for you that's going to give you the opportunity to feel confident in whatever it is that you need. When you have a good credit score, you can get whatever you want at a low price, low interest rates, and that's the way it is. That's You and Your Credit on Mondays at 12 o'clock.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there.
Are you looking for a hall to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
What is New Orleans Talk Network? It's today's hottest topics with an added flair. You get ready because the conversation will be hot and better yet, mobile. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app available on Android, iPhone, iPad, and you can listen to us on the web at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. Write down our talk line at 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255. Interactive and worldwide, that's what we are. Join in on the real conversation and tell a friend about the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, I'm Remus Bowman. I'd like to invite you to join me every Monday at 12 o'clock. We're going to provide information for you that's going to give you the opportunity to feel confident in whatever it is that you need. When you have a good credit score, you can get whatever you want at a low price, low interest rates, and that's the way it is. That's you and your credit on Mondays at 12 o'clock. I'll see you then.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayoU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with G Sports. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, AKG, and on Twitter, G_paid-in-full-08.
Pay me the money! money!
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
What is New Orleans Talk Network? It's today's hottest topics with an added flair. You get ready because the conversation will be hot and better yet, mobile. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app available on Android, iPhone, iPad, and you can listen to us on the web at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. Write down our talk line at 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255. Interactive and worldwide, that's what we are. Join in on the real conversation and tell a friend about the New Orleans Talk Network.
We're back. There's an old saying, if I could have, I would have. If only I knew then what I know now. Think about it. We're almost stuck. Well, it feels like, what am I going to do? These things are coming at me, and man, I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I got all this adversity coming at me. How am I going to get through this? When it comes to credit, you got an opportunity to improve your credit score. And let me just show you this. All right, we were talking about going to my credit report. My website before I left. And on my website, there's a button that says for my free credit score now. It's free credit reports. All right. On the website, if you push that button, it's going to ask you for your personal information. Now, here's the thing. This is the biggest benefit of this program, is that it will give you information on how to improve your credit score. It will give you information on how to improve your credit score. And it's a computerized evaluation. Everything is computerized. So most people have absolutely no idea how to improve their scores. So what we did is we made it simple for you. There's something called a score tracker, a score builder, and a score master. And it tells you what your future score will be if you make certain changes to your credit report. If one of the things I like most about this program is if you go on it and you pull up your credit report, it's going to give you what's known as a score tracker. You see at the first line that says score tracker. Once you pull up your credit report, it will tell you what your credit score is, and then it's going to tell you what your credit score is for automobile insurance, what your credit score is to buy a car, then what your credit score is for automobile insurance, and your hiring risk. Now, one of the things that most people are not aware of is that this tracker is something that easily gets you in a position where you can improve your credit scores with either you talk to me, you talk to someone who has an understanding like I do, or this is a computerized deal that will evaluate your credit score for you. Hey, George, you on the line? Hello? Hello? But it will give you an evaluation. What most people don't know is, let's say, for example, you want to work in a bank. Or you want to work for, for the feds. Or you want to get a job at a car dealer. Someplace where you're dealing with economics, where you're dealing with money, a retail store. When you do that, they're going to pull your credit report because they want to know how you manage money. You want to work in a bank. Most companies, in fact, I got a phone call from a guy last year when there was a big loss, and I can't remember exactly what it was because we've had so many. And the guy was he was a licensed appraiser. Hello, hello. He was a licensed appraiser, and he needed to improve his score. He needed to bring it up to a minimum score of a 550. So he asked me, he says, Remus, what do I do to pull my scores up? So what I did is, we looked at his credit report and we did an evaluation. And within 30 days, we were able to pull his score up from, I don't know, 4 something to we pulled the score up to like about a 600 in about 30 days. Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's happening?
I'm great. We're talking about the score tracker on the My Free Credit Report software that we have on the website.
Right.
What I was saying is most people are not aware that they can get the help they need to improve their credit scores. So the second benefit that we have on the score tracker is something called a score builder. Now, what the score builder does is it tells you how to improve your score over up to 90 days and what you need to do in order to do that. So it's called a score builder. Then on the third benefit is something called a score master. And a score master is probably the best because what it does is it gives you an actual evaluation of all of your accounts, and it tells you which accounts you need to work on or which accounts you need to move from your credit report. And you can do this by contacting either myself or the lenders that you have work with. Then there's something called a smart credit report. Now, the smart credit report tells you all the names of all the companies that you're doing business with and how they're reporting your payment history to the credit bureau. And the important thing about this option is that it will tell you which accounts you have on your credit report that are giving you negative credit histories, and whether or not those the effect that those histories are having on your credit score. How many times it's been over 60, how many times it's been over 90, what's the current status of the account, and whether or not it's having a positive effect or a negative effect on your credit report. Whether or not it's a high negative response to your credit report or low negative response to your credit report. This has to do with whether or not you're getting good reports from each company. So if a company is if you have an account with someone and they're offering and that account is giving you a negative effect on your credit report, you need to know that. A lot of times, most people, credit scores go from 300 to 850. So if you have all your accounts are rating you in a negative posture or giving you bad negative ratings, you need to know that. And what you need to do is some of those accounts, over the years, most people say, well, having accounts on, older accounts on your credit report helps your credit score. That's true, but then it's not, because 35% of your credit report is 35% of the scoring on your credit report is your payment history, whereas 15% of your credit scoring is the amount of time that you've been in the credit bureau. So if you have an account that is giving you, and more often than not, the negative scoring coming from these accounts are all within the last year to 2 years. Older accounts doesn't have as much of an effect on your credit as new accounts do, because what most companies are doing is they're scoring your active payment history, whether or not you're currently behind on an account, whether or not they can pretty much tell if you're heading in a positive direction or a negative direction based on your payment history. A lot of times people will go out. I've had customers that had over 10 credit cards. And I look at their credit reports and I think to myself, why would you do that to yourself? I got a phone call from someone not very long ago, and she said that she had 2 credit cards that were over $25,000. Now, I can understand you having a $25,000 credit line of credit. Lots of people do. I'm sure George probably has one. But here's the thing: if you have a large credit card bill and you don't have the income to substantiate keeping that account, then you might want to second think how you use that account. In other words, having access to large amounts of credit is a good thing, but it's not a good thing when you can't pay the bill, or when you run into a situation where you're overextended. Because that's gonna immediately destroy your credit score. So, but again, as I said a moment ago, using the benefits on our credit reporting system on you and your credit, it gives you an opportunity to have a better tracking of the credit history that the lender is reporting to the credit bureaus. And in some cases it's better to pay off accounts that are reporting you in a negative with negative responses, and eliminate that the debt, and trying to remove those accounts from your credit report, than it is to hang on to those reports. If you want to be a lot of people are trying to get 800, 850 credit scores. Generally, if you're trying to be an 800 to 850, the 850, in order to get to an 850 score, you have to have a perfect payment history for 10 years. You have to have a combination of 3 or 4 credit cards and installment payments. And you can't have missed any installment payments as well. So if you have a bad credit score, those are things that you have to consider. You have a certain number of credit cards, you have a certain number of installment payments. Credit card payments are called revolving charges. So every revolving, because every month you have an opportunity to pay that card off, have it report up to a zero balance, and start over. It's like revolving. Every month you're revolving from a zero balance all the way up to the total amount of credit that is allotted on the card. Now, it's very important that you go to our website and use this feature, because it'll give you a better opportunity to understand how to correct your problems. Sometimes, if you run into a situation, let's say, for example, and George knows this, I had cancer, and so my income went from a certain amount down to a certain amount. Now, I will give my employer at the time, Premier Toyota, big kudos for giving me an opportunity to hang in there for a long period of time, even while I was taking the cancer treatments. So I will say I have a great deal of respect and love for that dealership, and my relationship with those guys is still very, very close, because they did show, they were very supportive over a very difficult time. But that has very little to do with the direction we're going in right now. What we really want to talk about is how to maintain a good credit score, how to pull your score back up when you're running into trouble. Whether or not it's a good idea to keep a credit card that's reporting you in a negative way. How do you know that the credit card is reporting you in a negative, with a negative payment history? Well, you go to our score. You go to our computerized section on our website. You pull up My Free Credit Score Now. You have, by the way, this. When I say it's a free credit report, it's completely free for 7 days. Completely. So you get the opportunity to use all the benefits of this this website for 7 whole days, and during that 7 days, you can download the information, you can print it out, you can print up your credit report and the scores. You can look up all your information to know what's being reported in an adverse or negative way, and you can either decide to correct those information, have it removed, or make deals with those creditors to close those accounts and set up payment histories with them, where you'll be allowed to pay those credit cards at a lower interest rate. Then some of those credit cards, once you run into trouble with them, it's virtually impossible to get rid of the debt. If, let's say, for example, you have a $5,000 or $20,000 or $25,000 card, and you go from a 0% to 3 or 4% or 6% interest rate, now you've missed some payments. So now your interest rate on that card is flexible. On all credit cards, interest rates can go up, in some cases as much as 25 to 30%. Most people are not even aware of that. Because it's a revolving charge. Again, it's revolving. Every month, the interest rates can change based on your credit history and based on your payment history with that company. So these are things that people need to be aware of. So again, back to where we were. If you want the opportunity to improve your credit score, this is where I would start. I will pull up a copy of my credit report. That's all 3. Now, you don't have to stay with the company. That's something you don't realize. I'd like to work with you. I like the opportunity to work with you. I like the opportunity to advise you. When you pull up the information, if you fill out the form on the website, is sending me your personal information and your login, then I can go over that information along with you. There it is right there. It says, that's on the website. It says, fill out this form for a free consultation. Now, what happens is you have to fill out the form, and we have to have your login information in order to be able to pull it up. You got to understand, everybody can't pull up your credit report unless you give them that information. All right. So anyway, this is my advice for the day. So George, yeah, go ahead, George.
Yes, sir.
You had a question?
Yes.
Okay, I'm listening.
How do you start it? I got. How do you, if you have all the symptoms or just one of the symptoms, how do I get started?
All right. What you can do is you can contact me at 833-375-4878. Or
Slow down, buddy. I'm gonna let slow down. I ain't fast like I used to be. Slow down.
okay.
Give it to me again.
833
Okay.
375
Okay.
4878.
Okay. So
Or you can contact me at 504 274 8117.
Okay.
Or you can go to youandyourcredit.us.com or .net. We have all three. And you can send me an email requesting additional information.
Fantastic.
So there's plenty of opportunity.
I'm gonna put it into place, and I'm gonna pass it on. I think it's some very helpful information. Matter of fact, I'm pretty credit savvy, and I learned some stuff. I heard some stuff today that I didn't even know.
Okay.
But the information is only good as its application.
And I agree. And
So I'm just gonna try to apply it.
what I was saying is about the software that's on my on my website. You can go on that software, man, and it'll help you. In fact, there's one section of the software that will identify the accounts that you need to work on and tell you exactly what you need to be doing. And as a matter of fact, it'll tell you what payments you need to make on your on your revolving charge in order to bring your scores up. And it'll tell you the exact amount that you need to pay to bring it. So if you have multiple credit cards, and let's say your score kind of went down a little bit, if you go on this website, the website will tell you which cards you need to pay, the amount you need to pay, and what credit score you should expect after you pay it. Now you gotta understand that even if you make those payments, it takes about 30 days before before it hits the credit bureaus. So it's not going to give you an immediate response, unless you make the payment. Let's say, for example, a lot of people don't really know when the reporting date is on their credit cards. So you need to know when the reporting date is so that you can make the payment in advance of the reporting date for your credit card. And again, the software will tell you what amount you need to pay on the credit card to improve your credit score. I'm telling you, George, I promise you, this is a great product. I mean, a fantastic product. And the more and more I tinker with it, the more I realize that it's something people really need to check out. And again, remember what I said. It's free. For 7 whole days, you get the opportunity to have the benefit of this computerized system that's connected to the credit bureaus that, it gives you the actual numbers that you need, what you need to do, the actual amounts that you need to pay, and the actual credit score you should hope to achieve after you've done it. So the the thing is, now listen to it again, because I'm going to, because this sounds crazy. Think about it. It's software. It's 7 days free. You can pull up your information. It'll give you a complete evaluation of your credit report. It'll tell you exactly which accounts are being reported in an adverse way. It'll also evaluate your credit report and tell you which accounts you need to work on and what amount you need to pay in order to improve your credit score. And it'll also tell you the due by date that you need to make the payment on. So it'll tell you the date that you need to make the payment, and it'll tell you what your score should be within that 30-day period after you've made that payment. So if you want an opportunity to improve your credit score, and let's say, for example, you don't want to talk to me. I understand that. It's a private matter. So not everybody wants the guy, especially someone they may know, to know that they've gotten in a little trouble. They need a little advice. Some people are like that. So in the secret or the privacy of your own home, you can go to my website, youandyourcredit.us or .com or .net, You and Your Credit, and pull up the website. Press the button where it says free credit report. And man, everybody I know that has this service, they rave about it, because if you took the time to go over the information, it will tell you how to improve your credit score. And that's what we're trying to do. Well, our objective is to help you improve your credit score. And after the 7 days, it's only a fee of $39.90. So, if you decide that you want to stay in the program for $39.90 a month, and you could be on this tracker, and the tracker will tell you again what payments you should make, and every month to get you to the score that it tells you can get to. It'll tell you exactly what score you should expect to get to if you follow their instructions. So, there's nothing better than that. I can't imagine anything that would be better or easier than that. Again, if only I knew then what I know now, I hope that the information I've provided for you today will help you to improve your credit score. Again, we're in virtually a very fragile time in New Orleans. It's very fragile because every year, this time, is hurricane season. Every year, this time is hurricane season. Not only that, but you're driving that hoopty and the air conditioner's not working, and the guy wants $800 to $1,000 to repair the air conditioner in your car. Why not take the time to see if there's something you could do? You already know before you walk into that dealership that your credit scores are pretty low. So why won't you take the time to go to the website, youandyourcredit.us, go to the website, pull up your free credit report, and see if you can improve your credit. And see what, in order to get a fairly good deal on the credit for an automobile, you want to be at least at a 650 or better. But they'll sell your car for $400 if you want to pay 20% or 25% interest. That's up to you. You're throwing your money away, but that's up to you. Everybody makes their own decisions. Would I drive in a hot car for 30 days if I could save thousands of dollars? I think I would. Now, if you don't have a car, that's something different. But would I take it on the chin and make a sacrifice for 30 days or maybe 60 or 90 or, to improve my situation for the long haul? And even if you did go out and buy a car at high interest rates, and you could use this computer system to improve your score, then you could go back and refinance the car and get rid of those high interest rates. This is You and Your Credit on the New Orleans Talk Network. I hope that we've been able to provide some information for you that is going to help you improve your life. Have a great day.